So let me see. What we're going to talk about now, guys,
Yes.
is something that just kind of happened today.
Uh-huh.
And it's one of our favorite bedheads, Steven Crowder, versus our other favorite bedhead, Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein's a real fucking bedhead lately. It's a real shame, man. He used to be really cool.
Yep, but then, he started wearing baby clothes, and I don't know. I don't know what happens. You know what it is that Steven, I'm totally on Crowder's side on this issue.
Why don't you give a summation to the audience?
Well, we could also do the sequence thing.
Oh, you guys, we have a sequence for this. Internet drama alert.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Wait, I can do that one better. Ready?
Yeah.
Internet drama alert.
Number 15.
Number 15.
Internet drama alert.
Okay.
Was started by WUPISN.
So what happened? Dude?
All right. So, long story short, Ethan was on his H3. What's the nighttime one called?
After Dark.
After Dark, with his wife, and he said something very stupid. They were talking about the COVID restrictions and the CDC, and he goes, yeah, the CDC, don't quote me word for word, but this is basically what he said. The CDC is like this government organization dedicated to figuring this stuff out, so you don't even have to think about it.
Okay.
And because they were talking about people who didn't want to wear masks, and he's like, they're the experts, you should just do what they say, they're there so you don't have to think about it, you can just do what they tell you. And then
wow, how very cool. Like, what the fuck, dude?
He was like, they formed a government organization.
Get in the cage and operate the robot, monkey.
No offense, but it sounds like that's a fucking commie gobbledygook.
Right? So that was a really stupid thing to say, right?
Holy shit.
Steven Crowder got a view of that, and he had a field day with it, as you can imagine, you know. So he was just poking fun at him, saying like, you're stupid if you just do things yet you're told without asking questions, yada yada yada. And then Ethan the next day had to double down on it, and I wanted to check their Instagram or something to see if they said anything back to him today.
So today Steven Crowder is going off on him.
This is day 3. Or like day 4 or something.
Okay, so
Ethan.
So Crowder makes fun of Ethan. So then Ethan gets a lawyer.
Ethan gets all upset about it, and then he did an entire segment of his podcast. You remember his diss track?
Yeah.
His insults to Steven Crowder were as bad as his diss track. He's like, "Oh my God, you're just such an idiot. Why don't you just, anybody who wouldn't wear a mask is just stupid. Oh my God, this and that. Oh, come on, bro, you're such an idiot."
Yeah.
And then he was, I didn't see the part where he's talking to the lawyer, but allegedly, according to Steven Crowder, he had a lawyer on, and they were talking about the possibility of suing over him making fun of him. So then Ethan after Ethan had this very bad run of him trying to make fun of Steven Crowder, and the thing is if you get anything worth a discussion, Steven Crowder is probably not the guy that you want to pick at if you're not a skilled debater. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of his whole premise, is he's got all of this information. So then Steven Crowder this morning played the whole segment of Ethan making fun of him and just tore him to shit.
Politicians, scientists,
I don't know if we're even allowed to show this
and every
guy
now
on
and then
Twitch,
a layup crosses our path.
I don't think he's in trouble on Twitch.
Just kind of like the shtick that you're only capable of. H3, right? That's the only thing you can do is do the YouTube.
That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's when he's flustered.
But these hand motions, these tight sweaters.
He's a theater kid, and he likes to think his arms are big.
You know what's what's a good word for he's just a theater kid?
What's a good word for it?
You ugly.
Hey, thespian.
Trust me, dude. I worked in crew in theater, which is the only straight thing you can do in theater. and even then,
it's kind of iffy.
It's kind of iffy. Okay, like it is.
Too drama. So apparently,
You know my friend Matt Bartnowski? You met him, the tall guy in the army.
Yes, yeah, we had him on the show, didn't we?
He was an actor in theater.
And then he dedecided to be a man instead.
Yeah,
didn't like it. Had some harsh criticism for me, namely Ethan. And he had this criticism to issue about us again not being smart.
It's like, oh, you gotta learn. I gotta learn my steps for crazy for you
enough to think critically and any like the CDC
so
or
this is him.
Yeah, seriously, bro. You're not a doctor. I don't want to think about things.
Bro, do you f***ing question like?
Dead on
let's say
impression.
the
Look at this horrible analogy.
it's like so.
so dumb, dude.
Do you go to the doctor and then
So dumb, dude. They all talk the same.
Do you go to the pharmacy and overlook their? You be like, oh, is that the right medicine?
Yes, I do.
You know what I'm?
Yes, you should.
Yeah,
there have been many instances
do that
where the pharmacy accidentally gives you the wrong medicine.
Yes,
that does happen, and you should check it.
Yes.
Saying, like,
one time I had to give me the wrong medication. I had my doctor make sure they got the right one.
We don't need.
Yeah, there's an example. He said it happened to him.
Of course it happened to him. He's Steven fucking Crowder.
It's got electrolytes.
I think be listening to Dr. Fauci and the CDC.
Okay, good. Think about it, dude.
Exactly. It's that simple.
Just don't think. It's got electrolytes.
Imagine you wouldn't even have to make this video if you just didn't even think about it.
So, Ethan's,
oh my god, dude! He wants you to like be
seriously
the guy in the cage on the robot.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's just like, bro, the government's here, so you don't have to worry about it. So you don't have to think about these things. You can just not think at all. And and that basically Steven Crowder is like, he doesn't want you to think for yourself at all. This and that. He really kind of exaggerated and pushed it. And then he called him out, dude. He called him out because he was like, this is why your channel is not gaining any viewers. Mine's growing and yours isn't. And it's because you used to do funny things and now you don't know who your audience is. So now your only thing you can do is pick fights with people on the internet to stir up drama so people will watch. And I'm like, oh, God. And it's so true because that's the entire premise of the Trisha show and everything is dramatics. And he's always talking about this other YouTuber's doing this thing and this and that. And it's
look at this guy, dude. You don't think that he's in some kind of room with possibly hangers in it? And shelving.
What?
Maybe you have to pull a little light. You don't think he's in some kind of room like that?
What the hell are you talking? No, dude, they have an actual studio.
No, in your house where you don't think Steven Crowder is in a tiny room with hangers for your clothes and what is that called? What's that called in your
dressing room?
No. It's
you're talking about in the that part of the room.
In what?
In the closet? I don't know, man. I haven't gotten that impression. But
look at how you can't be handsome and be straight unless you're fat. You can't be men who are handsome and not fat are homosexual.
Listen, I have a broken gaydar, dude. I never know. It pretty much, unless they're like, dressed head to toe.
I'll say this. If you're wearing leather shoulder holsters all the time.
What? You trying to say Han Solo was... No. No way. But him and Leia...
Nope. Got divorced.
What?
He left her to go on a road trip with his best friend from growing up.
Stop.
A big hairy bear.
No.
Yes, dude. You know it to be true.
Not true.
Search yourself.
No, that's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
A few of them may be watching.
Let's watch.
You gotta wear a mask, so I'm out there
laughs like
wearing
a
a mask.
toady.
Wow,
Look at this,
big
dude.
deal.
It's like...
And then nowadays,
We're
Jesus, we're in the fucking... We're incepted. We're in fucking Inception.
We're watching a video of somebody watching a video of somebody watching a video of somebody watching a video. We've made it, dude. This is peak internet.
Holy shit, dude. You're so right. We've been incepted. Dude, they're watching a video of us watching a video of that, watching a Steven Crowder watching a video of Ethan watching a video of Ethan of watching Steven Crowder reacting to Ethan watching Ethan watching Joe Rogan who's watching some other shit. When's the fucking bomb gonna go off to wake my ass up? It's all layered and shit, dude. This is crazy, guys. I mean, really, this is
you know,
a really special fucking moment, man. Has this ever happened on the internet before? Chat. Let us know. Let us know. Do you think you've ever seen this before?
This is
a six-tuplet layered video reaction.
When they subsidize everything, you're gonna have to pay extra internet fees for this kind of stuff.
I'm saying.
If you go outside, you don't need to wear a mask. It's pretty simple. You want to talk about
for
this, Dom?
Yeah, I mean, the CDC is like this whole governmental body with scientists and shit that just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude.
And the thing is, he thinks Ethan thinks that he's faking the laugh there, but how unaware of how ridiculous that sounds. Yeah, he just
obviously my point.
That's such a. I hate that, man. When people do a fake laugh, they go.
They sound like the dog from Speed Racer.
Well, no, you only do that when you see a gorgeous lady walk by. You go.
And your eyes pop out of your head and go.
Maruga, Aruga.
And your tail rolls. Your tongue rolls out across the floor. And you go. Whoa!
Have you ever actually done that to a girl before?
What? Rolled your tongue across the floor?
When you see her and you're like, yikes, aruga.
Yeah, dude, that moment when your eyes pop out of your head.
I've done that to chicks, but they're like, you're so stupid.
Yeah, okay.
Point is that if you're so fucking stupid, then yeah, you should listen to the CDC, bro. It's there.
Maybe you should.
Like, I don't understand this assumption that
we're saying the same thing in a different tone.
Yeah, he's just saying thank you, David Landau of Detroit.
I don't even know how I feel about him anymore, but
he's every scumbag, dude.
Well, I mean, like as far as like how funny he is, every now and again he makes me laugh. But
he was better with Anthony because they're like the same kind of chill, messed up humor,
right?
Whereas Steven Crowder is like plain Jane Christian guy, so Landau can't like say what he wants to say.
So he just kind of sits there and I don't know.
Steven, hey.
I don't dislike him.
Well, I'm David Landau. This is a really good impression, actually.
Yeah, you're right, Steven.
Understand this assumption that
we're saying the same thing in a different tone.
All right, so
we're saying the same thing in a different tone.
Did you see what he just said?
Doctors have spent their whole life.
He just said like
we're saying the same thing in a different tone.
He's like, I'm talking about if these fucking rednecks.
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
It means he's a racist.
You're kidding. Woo! Oh, you don't.
Internet drama alert.
You're not allowed to say that. So yeah, and then Steven Crowder, of course, comes out with like, well, here's all the inaccurate things that the CDC retracted on, and like, here's all my sources, because that's his big thing, is he always has sources. That's why I'm saying, Ethan, you're kind of dumb for picking this fight.
Hey man, he's
epidemiology is the word you're looking for. Epidemiology
he's not
is the word.
Anti-vax, he's just asking questions, right? I mean,
don't ask questions.
It makes sense too, so I choose to listen to it. You know, it's logical. They're not telling me go jump off a building, and I'm like, well, this doesn't make sense, but I'll do it anyway.
I'm telling you to shut down businesses.
They're saying.
I mean, yeah.
So
that's the thing, is they're totally missing the entire point of the whole thing.
Has H3 responded?
Let's see. Let me pull it up.
because we're gonna keep an eye on this for you guys.
It ended on a good note with Steven Crowder. He really made fun of him a lot, got it all out of his system. At the end, he was like, "Listen, I would actually like to talk to you about this, so I'm going to extend you an invitation to come onto my show so we can talk." And he's like, and we have a rule here that you only get one invitation. So he's saying, I send it to you once, don't come back to me later if you turn me down because I'm not going to bring you on.
Yeah.
He's like, or if you want, and then he avoided trying to say he'll be on his show because whatever.
Right.
But he was like, however you want to do it, let's just do it and we'll talk it out and we can discuss our standpoints.
And we'll keep you posted, guys, because this is something we're going to keep our eye on. Mm-hmm. Steven Crowder and Ethan Klein are some of our favorite bedheads. So
right.
And then after all this stuff, Steven Crowder then went back to his normal broadcasting procedure of showing you videos of black people punching Asian people.
Isn't that Andy No?
Oh wait, no,
I'm
I'm sorry. It's just black people doing anything wrong.
That's Andy No.
Dude, his whole show is literally him just showing you videos
and guns.
Yeah, he's just showing you videos of African American people doing crimes.
So what is
and it's like, bro, I get it, but like chill, Steven. There's other shit going on, bro. Yeah. You don't think that's all his show
is? It's not.
Dude, it's a good majority of it though. For real.
Maybe. I don't know. I never really thought about it, I guess. But I don't watch him like every day either. I usually watch him when something happens, like, you know, politically in government or like his take on stupid shit like this.
Well, I'll say this. I watch Steven Crowder in the mornings when he comes on because I just want to see. It's like the same reason I was telling you earlier that I watch John Oliver or Bill Maher. It's because I want to see what everybody's going to be talking about.
So I learned something about RJ today is that he likes to go into rooms where the neurodiverse hang out.
Yeah.
Right? And he likes to listen to them say their neurodiverse ideas until they say something he doesn't agree with. So he starts heckling them, right? And he starts saying, "No, you're wrong," this and that. Or like he'll say something to get them going. And he just likes to argue with them. I don't get it, man, because you're not supposed to pick on the neurodiverse, dude. You got to be more accepting.
Well, it's not that I butt into their... I mean, I commented on a video today of John Oliver who just talked about Asian Americans for like 30 minutes on his show. And he's like, "Oh, let me tell you, Asian Americans are not actually as smart as we think they are."
All right, so...
that was like literally the episode, dude. He's like, "Listen, there's more than just... They're not all smart Chinese people. Sometimes they're poor people from Laos." Or like, "Oh, if you're from this country, you're not. This country has a very high fail rate in education." It's like, okay, John, like fucking relax, dude. Like,
with all the racial profiling and stuff, dude.
It's like, dude, I get it, but at the same time, like, leave it alone, man. Like, I understand Asian American, and he was like, also, not many people say Asian Americans, but think of Indians when they include it. It's like, yeah, because India's its own continent.
India is a country, India is part of a continent. It's not a continent.
Technically, it's its own plate. That's why the Himalayas are there, because an entire continent. Like India itself is a continent, bro.
But it's part of Asia. Asia is the continent.
But then in the video, he didn't even mention Uzbekis once.
Yeah, I know, because...
No Uzbekis, no Kazakhstanis.
Of course not. There's no
Middle Eastern people.
They're not allowed to talk about them.
But they're Asian.
But they're not. No, they're not allowed to consider... No, they call them Middle Eastern, I think. Even though technically it's right. They're all Asian.
From Georgia.
You know what? It depends on the story, honestly.
If you're from,
it depends on the story.
If you're Georgian, you're Asian.
It depends on what the narrative happens to be and which one works best.
Dude, you know what's hot? Russian women who got a little bit of that Eastern Russian in them, that Asian in them.
Dude,
you know what I'm talking about?
I knew this Russian girl.
Where you're like, damn, are you Asian or Russian? And they're like, Russia's in Asia. And I'm like, oh! Because that's the thing. When you bring up Asian Americans, you're not talking about Russians, bro.
No, you're not. That really fucked up my throat. I don't know what happened there. I don't see a response from H3 on their Instagram because they're thinking about it. I just
can't wait for Steven Crowder to go back to his normal schedule programming.
You mean
where he
like
just shows black people punching Asians?
He shows more than that.
No, bro, not lately.
Dude, yeah, he also shows like.
He's like, oh, yeah, white supremacy? Well, watch this black guy punch an Asian lady for no reason. I'm like, what?
That's not what's on his show all the time.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Just because it's there doesn't mean that's what it's all about,
and then he's like, I carry Walther. Oh, yeah, you do? You carry a Walther?
Yeah, because that's who sponsors his
his
show.
No, even then he's like, I would still use a Walther, even though if they weren't our sponsor, it's like
Ethan pulls up pictures of him at the end of his outro, and he's like, it's the picture of him standing in front of the flag with the cigar in his mouth, and he goes, look at this beta energy. I'm like, beta energy? Why? Because he's like patriotic and smoking a cigar.
No,
apparently,
it's not beta energy. It's
what?
This energy, bro.
Dude,
it's limperous.
You come up as an independent content creator.
Cigars, and he's making fun of him for having guns. He's like, oh, you carry a holster, that makes you a beta.
Like, you ever seen, dude, when I see Steven Crowder smoke a cigarette or a cigar, I'm like,
might as well be a glizzy.
That guy leaves that thing in his mouth a little too long. You know? Like he's one of those like biter and hold honors.
He lips it a little bit too much.
I'm more like a what's his
He likes to lick down the tobacco a little too often.
The quartering is without a doubt a social justice warrior, except the causes he fights for are just different. I sentence him to be banned from Twitter.
He's talking about the quartering there.
20 billion times. It's the 15 videos. It's the misleading thumbnails. It's the joking about killing her.
Yeah, they're talking about the quartering
the audience to go rate her disc.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're talking about the quartering. He whatever. The quartering's all right.
Hey, I'm actually
and this
from
is
Canada.
him. This is him just poking fun at him, and he starts bringing up the eyebrows and stuff.
Hey, I'm Dave Landau.
Yeah, because they made a personal jab at him. I can't remember what it was, but he totally threw in like
medical
all this stuff.
It's almost medical misinformation, bro. To say that
if you want to go personal,
you should think about it.
But he also ended like, I'm not talking about Ethan ever again on the show.
Look into.
Maybe
it's difficult.
Your thoughts,
ever again. He's like, he can come and talk if he wants, but we're done. I'm not doing this back and forth video arguing.
Yeah. I think it's ridiculous because in that clip we just played,
and this is almost gay Jared.
No. He's not there anymore.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, not gay Jared it's not gay.
Not gay Jared got kicked out because apparently Steven Crowder was allegedly gay.
Is he doesn't like that? Is that what it is? They also had this guy. You remember Svenbot?
Yeah,
a while ago. He got kicked off too.
Svenbot?
Yeah,
on H3.
No. And Steven Crowder. They used to have this. I think he was German. German guy on there from Germany. And they would have him like dress up like a robot. They kicked him off. And they never said officially why, because there was like some paperwork or lawsuit or something like that.
Yeah.
But allegedly it was because while he was on there, he plugged his own Instagram and his own channel. And then the next day he was off the show.
See, that's what I'm talking about, dude. That's sketch. All right, guys, but listen, we're going to keep you posted on this drama with Ethan Klein and Steven Crowder, guys.
Yeah, this is a spicy one. Internet drama. Yep. Yeah. We all love that.
Do I follow them? At what point along the chain of their changing their
Always,
mind do I go,
every time.
That's the way I should go?
Every single time. You should always follow their advice. From before and after they changed their opinion. And not from a Facebook group that tells you that Bill Gates is putting a microchip in your shoulder.
Oh, no, sorry, that's the way I should go.
You didn't understand his last half. You don't even have to think about it, dude.
Exactly. It's that simple. They're scientists that spent their whole fucking life, bro. Imagine you wouldn't even have to make this video if you just didn't even think about it. When people smarter than you that dedicated their whole life to scientific research, you look at all the stress and strain on him that could have been prevented. You don't even have to think about it. I agree.
They like to think a lot.
Trying to think, but nothing happens.
Exactly. When you think and nothing happens, then you should listen to the CDC. That's my point. I was watching Hassam reacted to this clip, and he said he doesn't see Crowder usually get this worked up, so he was impressed that I got him so triggered. So I thought that was kind of fun.
Well, somebody pointed out, and we didn't realize it when we were talking about it last night, that I believe it was the same episode that you first mentioned what you just went into, the fact that Crowder had tried to get you on the show.
Right.
So I have a suspicion that that is what this is really about.
He's butthurt that I ghosted him.
Exactly.
And added